everyone, welcome back to Every Pokémon Ever. Today we're going to talk about the Johto arc of the Pokémon Trading Card Game. It's time for a TCG update. On the last TCG update, we covered the original decks and all of the fascinating promo cards to hunt down. But a lot has changed since then. Just like our own journey, the card game has soared to new heights to make way for the discovery of the Johto Pokémon. You're welcome. While we have encountered several fascinating pieces of cardboard in the years since, let's run through the greatest hits of the new Johto sets. The party begins with the stunning Grand Party promo card, which you would receive at its namesake event by facing off against 50 opponents. Actually, you really just had to watch 50 card battles to get this card, which is arguably worse. Either way, sounds dreadful in my opinion. An easier way to nab a cool card was to subscribe to Japan's most popular source for Pokémon spoilers, CoroCoro magazine. Within the pages of this beautiful piece of art is a card. Oh, well, there is that. But, I'm not talking about just any card. This card is the size of my face and includes Lawrence III. You know, the pretentious antagonist from Pokémon 2000. This card is epic, as it allows you to steal any of your opponent's Articuno, Zapdos, or Moltres and acquire them for your own team. Very fitting. But that begs the question, where do you get the legendary cards? We, of course, obtained ours by defeating the TCG Island Card Masters and achieving the status of Grand Card Master. You could also attend an island getaway called the Tropical Mega Battle. Our old friend Koichi Uyama, aka Dr. Mason, was handing out prizes to winners that included the Tropical Wind promo trainer and this amazing Dr. Mason Executor promo card. Have you ever seen anything like this? It's so cool.
Hey, Cody.
Wait, what? My wonderful producer Courtney is insisting that we've talked about the Tropical Mega Battle before. What in the blazes is going on? You know when there's a joke and everyone's in on it but you? That's how I feel. I guess I'll just continue on to alternate prints of the legendary birds which were only found at this event. You may notice they're a bit longer than your average card. And that's because they're called phone cards. Back in ye olden days, cell phones, like the J phone we use for a mobile adapter adventure, could only supply a certain amount of prepaid minutes that you would purchase via phone cards. Several Pokemon-themed phone cards have released over the years, some centered around a strange princess named PPP, some around the films, and even for ANA, an airline brand we are back on good terms with. Thanks, Ishihara. But this has to be the coolest one of the bunch. With hundreds to choose from, you'd be hard-pressed to catch them all. But anyway, let's go back to the main TCG. Speaking of big cards, Pokémon the Movie 2000 released a special Triple Bird Jumbo card in the campaign with the Warner Bros. Store. That's epic. CoroCoro granted readers a Pokémon Valley Trainer card, based on the Pikachu's Rescue short film, board game not included. And attending the US premiere would of course grant you the once mysterious Ancient Mew card. But we already unlocked all of its secrets by decoding the hieroglyph Riddle. I guess you could also obtain an Ancient Mew playmat at certain events. That's neat. Another big boy released exclusively for the Japanese Pokemon fan club called the New Year's Present. Well, it was actually a postcard, but potato. Not only does it look cool, but it would grant the holder 200 bonus points for their Japanese Pokemon Club account. Whatever that means. A similar release would come in the later issue called the New Century Present, because both of those things happened that year, featuring everyone's favorite flying green onion, Celebi. The cards themselves were commissioned by Media Factory, which held the rights to Pokemon-related music in Japan. Some other notable Media Factory releases were Misty's Treatment, which was included in the Writing on Lapras CD set. I didn't know this was a song. And also the later released Team Rocket's Meowth. You know, that Meowth.
Meowth, that's right!
Which was released in the Meowth's Party CD. Meowth had a party, and he didn't invite me.
It's never been such fun stealing like a Pokemon. Humans ain't divided 'cause I said so.
Media Factory also distributed a trainer card called Tropical Present that has some beautiful art. On the other side of the globe, in America, card overseers Wizards of the Coast founded their own card leagues where they distributed several promo cards of their own. Notably the Meryl and Togepi, which we discovered on TCG Island on our second trip there, but also new Johto faces, like Cleffa, Smeargle, and Caesar. At the league, you could compete in several gym leader competitions, filling out your Togepi tracker and earning stickers for completing gym leader challenges. The Johtomons would hit the TCG with a bang in a set called Neo Genesis. As a premier bonus, some lucky fans could get their hands on a special file folder featuring the Johto starters and their evolutions. So fancy. There's a lot to love in this set, and it was most people's first glimpse of Johto Pokemon in the TCG. Also, the first time the baby Pokemon mechanic was added. So there's that. Other notable mentions are the card Eco Gem, which depicts a gym in a space bubble. Interesting. And Moo Moo Milk, which we've joked about, had a different card art in Japan. And Genesis was quickly followed up by Neo Discovery, a set centered around the mysteries of the Runes of Alph. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Test your knowledge and win a prize? Okay. How did I hear about this? From the Pokémon 3 the movie VHS release, of course. Which of these Pokémon won't take damage with the darkness energy? I'm gonna say Dark Gloom. Yeah, because of this blurb about Pokémon with dark in the name getting special treatment. Which Pokémon can do damage from the bench? I think it would be Elekid because of his Pokémon Power ability. Sneasel's beat-up attack has you flip a coin for all active Pokémon, including Sneasel, so that'd be 4. Oh boy, now we're getting into it. Magmar has a darkness and rainbow energy and is poisoned, so since it's not Dark Magmar, that'd be 1 damage counter for each of those, meaning 3 total. If Cleffa has a focus band, which of these would cause a coin flip before Cleffa faints? This card is stunning. And the answer, of course, is during an opponent's attack. Which league challenge disallows colorless Pokemon? For this one, we have to dive into the website to check out the rules. Huh? Scent of Jasmine? What? I love that scent. In the official Pokemon League badge book, we can see that Faulkner is the one who bans colorless Pokemon from his card games. Hypocrite. While Whitney straight up cheats by cutting all damage in half, making her the hardest opponent in the TCG and in real life. The Fog badge is from Morty in Necrotique City. The League promo Togepi card has 30 HP. The guidebook also states you can get brownie points for all of these things. The next question wants me to count the Pokemon on the badge book? Odd request, but fine. So the 9 starter evolutions plus Lugia, Pichu, Blossom, Ladybuzz, Slowking, and a hidden Hoothoot. That makes 15. And what is my prize? What? I got 1 question correct? That cannot be true. What a sham! Now that we've covered some of the mechanics for the Neo cards, let's discover some cool finds in the Neo Discovery set. This set introduced unknown variants, each stamped with their Arceus given names and unique abilities. Some would perform their abilities only if you collect enough unknown to spell a word. I'm missing D, so I guess find will just have to be Finn. Yeah. Of course, if you wanted the special Unknown J promo card, you had to purchase Pokémon 3 the movie on VHS, but ours sadly just came with the Unknown Decoder card. That's okay though. They also depict this amazing treasure from the ruins called the Energy Arc, straight out of an Indiana Jones film. As a celebration, a special Unknown file also released in Japan that looks very mysterious. Ooh. Promo cards for this run started with the Reverse Holo Entei that was distributed at showings of Pokémon 3 the movie. And don't worry, if you love the Pikachu and Pichu short film, those rascals that gave me a computer virus, CoroCoro had a jumbo card for that. And also a Jumbo Entei, looking intense. And these were followed up with more League prize cards as the Wizards Gym challenges continued, such as Hitmontop, Machamp, and Misdreavus. She's cute. And they even gave out a special Pokemon Tower trainer card in early 2002. Basically, if you attended the League monthly, you would get your hands on a rare card. You might notice this card is called a Stadium card. And there were actually many of these you could find if you were willing to travel. The aforementioned Tropical Mega Battle had a special bilingual Stadium card. This was followed by unique stadium cards for the World Challenge summer event, which popped up at several Japanese convention centers. There was also a special Imakuni Lucky Stadium card, which you guys have talked about before, maybe? Just a guess? I don't know, my producer won't let me talk about Imakuni for some reason. Or look inside of this thing. She's the worst. One day this will all make sense. One stadium card was locked in a Neo TCG starter pack, and there was one more special card given out to visitors of the Pokémon Center in New York at its opening. We didn't get that though, we got Rapidash. At least we got to play that e-reader game. Entei wasn't the only legendary dog. Cat dog? That got attention for long, as Pokemon released another Neo set called Revelation. I love how Murkrow is a selling point of the set. I'm gonna buy it now! A better aspect of this set to be excited about were the secret rare finds, Shining Gyarados and Magikarp. Last episode we discussed the journey of the infamous Lake of Rage Red Gyarados, and it's showcased beautifully here along with its pre-evolution, portraying the first shiny Pokemon in card form. Whoa, hold up. I can win a poster by taking a quiz? I need a win today. I don't even need your hints. I know these guys. Okay, that's gotta be it. You've gotta be kidding me. But Japan got one of the coolest cards I've ever seen, a shiny Mew promo card available exclusively in CoroCoro magazine. We have of course been able to actually obtain this Pokemon via the coin case, but seeing it here in all of its glory is magical. You know what's also magical? This balloon berry, which I've never encountered before. What is that? And it should come as no surprise to anyone that Neo Revelation had a Japanese exclusive file folder of its own. Then we wrap up the Neo sets nicely with Neo Destiny, a set that puts the separation of light and dark Pokemon on full display. One of these Wigglies is not like the other. We recently discussed the beginnings of so-called dark Pokemon, stemming from Team Rocket's mistreatment of Pokemon while trying to force evolution upon them. This set showcases several of these pairs. The trainer cards also bring some things to light, as we discover that the imposter Professor Oak, you know, this guy. Yeah, there's still an actual criminal out there pretending to be Professor Oak. If I ever get my hands on him, vengeance will be mine. Sorry. Anyway, imposter Professor Oak made a new invention, and we find blueprints for a Team Rocket patented mind control device. Whoa! There's also artwork of the Rocket admins, Archer and Ariana, who I'm theorizing might be related to our least favorite rival, but he will not talk to me about it. And a Pokemon personality test, where your opponent guesses whether Pokemon in your hand are light or dark. Like Sirius always said,
they've all got both light and dark inside of us.
And some promotional cards, like the GR Mewtwo we were gifted from Leonhardt, RIP, were exclusive to our TCG Island return. And that wacky singer Imakuni put out yet another mixtape of a promo card that, once scanned into an e-reader, would allow you to play a retro juggling game. But this set also expanded the shiny Pokemon cards, giving us some bangers like shiny Celebi, Mewtwo, Charizard, and this epic Tyranitar. While the Neo sets ended here, the Pokemon TCG wasn't done yet, as they've released a new celebration of the series called the Legendary Collection. While these are simple reprints of past cards, players have the chance to draw reverse holofoil versions of their favorites. Whoa, that is cool! Japan got one additional promo card that displayed the rules for tag team battles, a strategy duel where you and another player join forces to battle a rival duo. This released specifically at the new Garura parent-child tournament. Imagine getting to call your mom in to take over your card battles for you. Be afraid. Be very afraid. Of course, there were 3 sets to release after this, the Expedition, Aquapolis, and Skyridge sets, which were compatible with the Nintendo e-reader peripheral. We played every single game on that thing, and sought many card combos, and even discovered 3 new locations on our map. From exclusive cards given out at Japanese McDonald's locations, to special Pokémon Forever promos, we've truly now seen it all. You might remember in that episode our snafu with the JR Train Rally e-cards, and Japan actually had a couple extra promo cards distributed via the Train Rally in years prior. These same promo cards were easier to get in the West, releasing in select issues of Nintendo Power. But their promo Celebi for Pokémon Forever was different than the English release, called the Timeless Celebi, and was the last jumbo card of this era. The last honorable mention is the Japan-exclusive Versus expansion set. This unique set focuses on the gym leaders and their Pokémon, using TM cards to power them up for battle with additional attacks. Since the notion of using TMs was so different, people often lumped the entire Versus collection into a separate TCG-adjacent category. But still, some of these cards are fantastic art pieces, and the secret rare Rocket's Typhlosion, which features the Iron-masked antagonist from Pokémon Forever, is no exception.
Thanks for joining me for another TCG update. You know, I said I would never card battle again, but I feel inspired. And I've been invited to the TCG World Championships in Seattle, Washington, so I think I'm gonna go bust out those Imakuni cards. My producer, take a walk. Anyway, stay awesome. I'll see you next time. Bye.